decided you better come and talk to us. So I'm now going to introduce to you Reuben.
I wouldn't let me eat in here. I had to eat in the storeroom because I smell of the pigs. And I spray my food about a bit, but wasn't it some lovely food we had tonight? Yeah. Well, I don't got food like that at home. My wife's not a good cook. She did say last year, she said, "Can I help?" She said to Oriel, "Can I help with the food for the harvest supper?" And she said, "Yes, you can either do a chicken stew or an apple pie." And so she brought it along last year, and when she showed it to Janet Barnes says, "Well, we say you can either do a chicken stew or an apple pie." And she said, "Yes." And Janet Barnes said, "Well, which is it?" But my wife actually, she worshipped me like a god. She idolised me because she give me burnt offerings every night. But we had a bit of a year this year. There's been so much going on in this year. What with all the things that with the Jubilee, the Royal Jubilee. There, Reggie got a letter from the Queen. Did you know? Congratulating him for being married a million years. Edna, she got a letter from the Pope. She's a saint. Also, there's all that Olympic stuff going on, wasn't there? All that Olympics. And there was a torch relay. Well, it said the torch relay would be down at the crossroads. It would be there at 12 o'clock. So I was there at midnight and there was nobody. And I thought, it's got to be now, because why else would they need a torch? So anyway, someone come along and say, "No, it's midday." Hang on, I'm strict with it here. It's midday, so I went along and there was crowds. There's not been such crowds in Kelsale since those witch burnings. But anyway, the crowds there, and there was that little girl. Who went to that? Did you go? Yeah. A lovely little girl, she came up. I didn't have the heart to tell her ice cream was on fire. And everybody got involved in them Olympics, didn't they? That Michael Marson, they had him to hold up the pole vault. Oriel, she was going to take part in the sunbathing event. The problem with that is you can only get bronze. What else? That parish council, they got that grant, didn't they? That grant for that environmental thing. Well, they came round. Did they come round to yours doing that survey? Yeah. Did they? Yeah. Well, they come to ours. Well, he wasn't very bright. He came to our house. He said, "We're going to do a survey." He said, "I'm come to find out how green your house is." Well, I say, "Well, you can't be very bright because anyone can see it pink." "No," he say, "I want to make it more green." I say, "Well, it was more green last year when it was covered in mould and my wife made me paint that pink." No, he say. He say, "Have you tried using wind to save energy?" And I say, "You're ahead of me here." Well, whenever my dog gets wind, we have to open all the windows. No, he say. "What about solar?" I say, "Well, the nearest solar is in Leighton." There, I say, "We got a Tesco now." Have you been to that Tesco? Have you been there? Oh, it's marvellous. The girl there, she say, "You want to do that self-checkout." Have you had to go with that self-checkout? Have you? Well, it's all questions. It's like university challenge. And so it goes up, and the first thing it says, "Do you have an old bag with you?" And I said, say, well, I was a member of the social club downstairs, but that was no good. Anyway, I was trying to put the stuff, and it keeps saying, unexpected item in bagging area. What the heck? I don't know what that's all about. So anyway, when I was finished, he told me what to do, so I took all my clothes off. I stood there in front of the machine, and the guy came over to me. He said, what the heck are you doing? There were no clothes on. And it said, when you go to pay, it said, put your card in front, strip down, it said. Anyway, there's all sorts of other funny things going on, isn't there? We're about just up the end of the road, we're going cycling mad, aren't we? There was that tour of Britain, and the cyclists were going down the end of the road there. Did you see the crowds?
Yeah.
Oh, I think more crowds than them for that Olympic relay. And well, that Bradley Wiggins bloke, he was going on there, and they were cycling along. They were just coming down towards Blythburgh, and there were people in the crowd. They were holding up signs saying, pigs, pigs, and that wiggly braggins. He said to Mark Cavendish, he said, well, I thought we'd get a nicer welcome than this. And then they come around the bend and go into a big old sow. Anyway, that one fell flat, didn't it? So with all these bikes and everything going on, everyone's got a bike, so my wife and I, we got out our tandem. Well, we was going down the road, and she was saying, you're going too fast, you're going too slow, you want to go to the left, you want to go to the right. So I stopped that bike, and I get off, and I said to her, will you stop going on at me, woman? So she took her saddle off, and turned it round, and she said, if you're going to talk to me like that, I'm going home. Well, a week later, I was cycling along on the tandem, and a police car come past. And he say, did you know your wife fell off the back of the bike over a mile back? I said, thank goodness for that. Of course, the vicar, you know, he's got one of them electrical bikes. Did you know that? He's got an electrical bike. The other week, he didn't charge it up, and he went on an excursion to Wickham Market then. And he's in Wickham Market, and his battery goes flat. Well, lucky for him, who should come along? Paul Hartley, and that big old Lagonder he's got. And he come along, and he said, I can help you out there, vicar. He said, I know, I'll give you this bit of rope, I'll tow you along behind. And he said, well, you're going to go too fast. He said, don't you worry, if you go too fast, you ring your bell and wave at me, and I'll slow down. Well, he was coming out, he just got to the end of that dual carriageway, Paul Hartley, when this NG goes past him. And he say, well, I got a Lagonder, I'm not going to let him. And so he puts his foot down and he's got past. Well, you know what happened down in Farnham there? What is all that happening on that lay-by in Farnham? The police is out there with the radar trap. And the NG goes past at 60, and Paul Hartley goes past at 60, and the policeman, he radios ahead. He says, you want to see what's coming your way? He said, there's an NG doing 60, and the Lagonder's doing 60. He said, but what the heck? He said, the vicar's behind him, ringing his bell, waving his arms, trying to get past. You're talking about the guy who does the survey not being very bright. So you do get some not very bright people doing tours around here. I was just down there the other day. As Tory come up to me, he said, is there a B&Q in Saxmundham? I said, no, but there's an S and an X. And he say, how long will it take me to walk to Saxmundham? And I say, I had no idea, I've not a clue. And he swear and he turned and he's going ahead, and he walk off, he sort of strut off like that. I went about 10 yards away. He said, hold ye fast, come back here. So he comes back, I turned in the morning, And I said, it take you about 10 minutes to walk to Saks. He said, I thought you didn't know. I said, well, I didn't know how fast you walk, did I? He come to me, he was a bit on the drag, and he come to me and he said, what's the quickest way to get to Fram? I said, well, are you walking or going in the car? He said, I'm in the car. I said, well, that's definitely the quickest way to get He's got a little puppy. He's got a lovely little schnauzer, it is. And he's having a bit of bother with it, that little schnauzer. It's not behaving itself, and he's got a trainer. So he went along to the trainer and he said, I'm having trouble with my schnauzer. He said, he's always chasing people on bikes. What shall I do? The trainer says to him, well, I should start by confiscating his bike. And talking with his little schnauzer, he went to the vet, and he says the vet says to him, the problem with these little dogs is they get tufts of hair in their ears. He said, what you need to do, he says, is go down to the pharmacy and co-op, he says, and get yourself some of that MAC to get rid of the hair in the ears and it won't get infection. So off he goes with his little doggy there, and he's in the co-op, in the pharmacy, and the dog's down there in front of the counter, and the guy got to see him in the counter. And so he said, can I have some MAC? And the guy behind the counter said, certainly. He said, but you know, this is right strong stuff. He said, if you're going to use it under your arms, he says, don't use deodorant. He said, no, it's not under my arms. He said, oh, well, in that case then, he said, if you're going to use it on your legs, certainly don't use scented moisturiser. He said, no. He said, it's for my little schnauzer. And the guy said, well, you definitely want to be wearing cotton underpants.